Hey guys, Novaexplosion, welcome to more Trails in the Sky. Legend of Heroes. I'm gonna say Trails in the Sky because, you know, that's easier for me. We are here. So we did, I think we have like 2 jobs. We have like the third big job. I call them jobs because I recently, they're called quests, but like I'm calling them jobs because Arctolad 3 called them jobs, and that's the most recent game I played with this structure. Anyway, it means the same thing. So we have this, and then we have this. Oh, I didn't report the lost kitten. Hang on. Report for the lost kitten? Good work. Seems like you completed your objective without trouble. So, I think, if I'm not mistaken, mushroom hunt, medical necessities, and then, oh, we have another one. I don't remember seeing this one before. Elise Highway Monster. It's a monster quest. It shouldn't be too hard. I think we have, like, the final big story mission that will move on the game with, like, I think it's, like, a photographer or something. We have to go meet with them. But before that, I might want to mess with these, even though these say long. I probably want to take care of this monster, to be honest. Because, you know, monster quests usually, like, the only thing stopping you is, like, the level of the monster. Which is also a possibility that the monster could be too strong for us. Well, first things first, let's rest. So I'm excited to play more because the first stream was pretty good. Like, playing Cold Steel, I'm prepared for the, you know, it being on the slow side because it's the first game of a trilogy. Like, there's 3 Sky games, so I'm expecting this one to, like, you know, it's gonna take its time to build everything up, but I went through Cold Steel, and I had a high enough opinion of that game, so I'm expecting more or less the same with Sky here. Which way is Elise Highway? This is like the Milch Road or whatever? Yeah, Milchmain Road. Elise Highway must be down. Yeah, this is Elise Highway. And as we learned from that other monster quest, the, what's it called, do show up as new enemies. Ferocious monster known as Rhino Scyther has been spotted roving the Elise Highway. It doesn't, like, tell me what part of it does it. I mean, that's fine. It might just look like a rhino. I prefer calling this game... Oh, yeah, the abbreviation for this game is TITS, isn't it? It's pretty funny. You're not the enemy I need, but let me just beat some stuff up. So I can get back to how this game goes a little bit, even though it's turn-based. It's not much to pick up. Cold Steel took like 4 chapters to get going story-wise. Yeah, the first Cold Steel, I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm trying to keep it spoiler-free. The only thing I talk about is, like, the fact that I played it, and I'll talk about, like, some stuff about Cold Steel, but I don't want to spoil any big story stuff. But I would agree with that. Like, Cold Steel was fine for, like, the first 3 or 4 chapters, and then it got really good in, like, the climax. It wasn't a bad game in the beginning, but definitely it took a while to get going, and it wasn't like, oh, it didn't get good until, like, it didn't get, like, good or really good till, like, chapter... How many chapters were in that game? Like, 6? Maybe like chapter 5 or 6. This is the enemy I need. Hang on, let me save first in case I'm not strong enough. I'm assuming if you don't retry, you have to just load your save. Alright, buddy. Let's see how strong you are. I have a 200 CP craft with Joshua that I can use. I would like to use that. But you only got 500 HP. You should not be a problem. I don't think I'll need... Alright, never mind. We're doing very little damage. Maybe? Maybe you're weak to arts. We'll see how much damage you do. Alright, you missed. You just suck. Alright. Yeah, we could definitely beat this thing. Bum, 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 bum. Let's do Airstrike here. Estelle, I'm gonna have you go Aqua Bleed. And I'll probably have Joshua unleash Sever if we need it. I might just do it after Aqua Bleed for funsies. And Estelle can hold on to her barrage. Alex, welcome to the stream. Game is so nostalgic. This is my first playthrough of the game. I do like the art style, though.
Alright, we're good to go.
I mean, looking at the game, I can definitely see that. Didn't hear you were planning to play this game? Oh, yeah. When I finished the first Cold Steel games, when I finished the first 2 Cold Steel games, people were telling me, like, oh, you're gonna want to go back and play the other games, and then I did some research, and I was like, oh, yeah, I should go back and play the other games. So, I started, because I played Cold Steel, like, before I had a YouTube channel, I played Cold Steel, never finished it, went back to Cold Steel, finished it for YouTube, played Cold Steel 2 immediately after, and then I was like, it was a bunch of people being like, oh, you should play the other games, and then I did my own research, and I was like, yeah, I probably should play the other games, because the series is, like, connected, so. Ever since I finished Cold Steel 2, this game was on the backlog. It just, you know, I have other games to play, so it didn't come as soon as some might have expected. I think I finished Cold Steel 2, like, over a year ago? Maybe a year ago, pretty much. It's been, like, less than a year and a half, but more than a year. Let's see. So Elise's highway monster is blind. Or, not blind. This is done, is what I meant to say. I saw blind in chat, so I said the word blind. Because I was reading Alex's message while I was talking. That was not a good idea. I'm looking for a rare mushroom that grows only where there are rich deposits of septium in the ground. Should be an easy, fun job. Please seek me out. My name is Orvid. I'll be waiting at the landing port. I'm gonna do the medium one, and then we can probably do the main quest, and we'll be okay for, like, not missing it, because it's long. Let's get this quest, underway. Where are you? I know others may not be of the same opinion, but is there a smell you just really like? I just adore the sizzling smell, particularly the hot airliner engines. I also love the smell of wet runaways on rainy days. Go up this way. Maybe he's like in... I can't even go in there. This is a westward circling airliner, Cecilia. It's just about ready to leave for Bose. Thus far, no domestic airliners has ever been involved. Liberal Orbital Ship Corporation has paid particularly close attention to safety. The fact that none of these airlines have ever been in an accident is something very proud of. Hello. Before and after the Queen's birth, I think I talked to you last stream. I vaguely remember that. You're Orvid. Darn bracers, how long do they intend to keep me waiting? If they don't hurry and get here, I'm gonna miss my flight. Should have expected as much from a rural backwater burg like this. Huh? Well, I'll be. That's the bracer emblem, if I'm not mistaken. I've been waiting for you to show up. I have an urgent job. I don't know if I could say this. I have some knowledge that might help. Not really much of a spoiler. There's more of a game mechanic that's not told to you. Yeah. You know what? I'll take a chance. You can drop it in the chat. Normally, like, I don't mind if people... I'm more strict about story spoilers than game mechanics and stuff. I don't really mind if people, like, if I'm playing the game, if the game doesn't tell me anything, then yeah, I don't mind you just being like, oh, you can do this, because obviously the game's not going to tell me, so that's fine. I appreciate you asking, though. Story spoilers are the big, like, oh, definitely don't want those, but anything else is like, you know, like, I'm a little more forgiving with. Like, I'd rather not know some things, but if someone, like, if someone let it slip by accident, it wouldn't be a big deal. Story spoilers are, like, definite no-nos. Sure, we got time. See you later, Alex. Thanks for stopping by. Great, this really helps me out a lot. Alright, let me give you a rundown and explain the details of the job. You can heal in Estelle's house for free. No need to waste money in the end. Ooh, that's actually a really good tip. I should probably do that from now on. Let me formally introduce myself. I am Orvid, representative for Orvid. That makes sense. Honestly, like, I wouldn't need the game to tell me that, because most games where you have a house, you go to your house to heal. Like in Monster Hunter Stories 2, you can go, there are no inns, but you can go to a house and heal. So, like, that's kind of something that they don't really need to tell me. I should have just put 2 and 2 together and, like, tried it. And like in Pokemon games, you can go to your mother to heal. I'm Orvid, representative for Orvid Co. Yeah. I'm Estelle, and this is Joshua. It's nice to meet you. Estelle and Joshua, is it? The two of you are quite young, if I do say so myself. We're actually new to this whole bracer thing. Greenhorns. Oh, well, I guess you'll have to do. Pardon? Never mind, I was just talking to myself. Alright, let's get down to business. Please excuse my lack of decorum, but I'm in a bit of a hurry. Sure. At the moment, I'm looking for a rare mushroom called the firefly fungus. It's said that it only grows in soil rich with septium. There are records of it being picked here in Rolent, but no shops seem to carry it. However, it is a vital necessity that I get my hands on one, so I put it in a request at the guild house. Soil rich with septium? I can only think of the Malga Trail as a possible location. Do you know any other characteristics of these mushrooms? It seems that it normally grows in areas with patches of grass. However, since it's buried in the dirt, if you don't look closely, you won't find it. Jeez, this one sounds like it's gonna be a pain. Once you dig it up, you'll know it's a firefly fungus or not. For one thing, it glows with the light green color. So that's why it's called firefly fungus. Well, that makes sense. Alright, have I explained things clearly enough? So basically, all we need to do is find the glowing mushroom in the patch of grass along the Malga Trail, right? Looks that way to me. Well, if they're really growing in the ground, we probably won't be able to find one so easily. If you run into trouble, come back and speak with me again. I ask that you find one as soon as possible. Alright, doesn't sound too bad. Oh, I turned the camera so I went south immediately. You only get access to it in the prologue. Okay. I mean, that makes sense, because I imagine we're going to be going to other regions at some point. It wouldn't make sense to go to your house later in the game. Alright, well, I just healed, but now I know. Thank you to Flygon, I can go to my house if I need to heal. Which I probably will, because we have one more main side quest to do. Well, it's for the main story, but one more, like, bracer job to do. So I don't expect this one to have any combat, but there might be like some monsters near the firefly fungus. You never know.
That's that.
Bum, 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 bum. So do I just gotta like roam around and like look for like a prompt to press X and pick up firefly fungus, or is there gonna be a specific area? I guess there's only one way. Am I even on the Malga Trail? I'm not on the Malga Trail. I'm in the Milch Main Road. This is the wrong road. Malga Trail's like up here. So many dang roads near Rolent. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Hello? I'm not fighting any of you. The XP we're getting is so little. I remember Cold Steel. I'm pretty sure it's just trails in general. They have like level, they level scale. So like the higher level, if you over level the enemies, they start to give you less XP. So over leveling is kind of pointless basically, because you just get less XP if you overpower the enemies. I know Cold Steel work that way, and it seems like Sky works that way too. It's probably just a trails thing. Bum, bum, bum. And vice versa, if you're lower level, you'll get more XP. Which honestly, I kind of like, personally. Like, I don't mind it. I'm not one to be like, oh, I'd rather a game have level scaling or not, but level scaling is neat. It has its benefits. It just helps. You don't have to grind.
Alright, we're good to go.
It also, it helps you don't have to grind if you're, like, under-leveled, and I normally hate grinding, so... I only like grinding if I'm trying to go for like some kind of achievement. But like on stream, I hate to grind because it's just it wastes everyone's time, including mine. Bum, bum, bum. Dude, I swear, these enemies, you can like barely see them. You can see like, they look like they're at 50%. Some of them, like, this one looks clear. Some of them look like they have, like, 50% opacity. Opacity. I don't know why I said opacity. So by the septium we're getting, we're like good on the level curve. Hey, white bracelet. We didn't go this way anyway, so this was worth my time. Also, this must be for the quest. Aha! What's with the sudden outburst? I found it. Now to claim our prize. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Isn't that... You think so too? The place it's growing seems about right, and it's got that soft green glow. This has got to be that firefly fungus. That's what his face was talking about. You mean Orvid, right? Yeah, that's who I meant. It doesn't look all that tasty, but it sure is pretty for a mushroom. Almost like the glow of septium, if you ask me. Septium? What's up, Joshua? I may be worrying too much, but I think you better put that mushroom in your bag quickly, Estelle. What the? How did I predict this outcome? Just like I figured. The mushroom attracts? Estelle, look out! Alright, just 3 felines. This should be no problem. We fought like 6 of these for that monster chest. Bum, 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 bum. Focusing your power, you're probably gonna like be dead by the time Joshua gets over there. It's gonna be irrelevant. Bum, 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 bum.
That's that then. Let's move out.
And that was a surprise, I tell ya. Did you put that thing away? Yep, it's all taken care of. The light emitted by raw septium has the power to attract monsters. This mushroom also seems to have the same effect. That sneaky merchant. He never mentioned a single thing about this. Anyway, let's hurry back to town. Right. Just wait till I get my hands on you, you conniving merchant. Were the flying felines? I wonder if they were in Cold Steel. Because I know this game had the crop munchers. The crop munchers were like the furries with the apples. They were in Cold Steel. It's been a while since I played the Cold Steel games, specifically 1. But it might have been in Cold Steel as well. I don't recall. Stupid ladybug was in my way. Also, this game is like 2D. Like, they got like 3D kind of... It's like chibi sprites, but... Like, chibi 3D somewhat, but... Different style than Cold Steel, so like, it wouldn't really come to me, especially considering I haven't played Cold Steel 1 in like 2-ish years. It wouldn't hit me as fast, because it's like a different style. This is an older game. Because Cold Steel is like full 3D. Ba, 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 ba. Alright, so now we go back to Orvid and get this request done. They are on Cold Steel, sick. What's that you say? You found the mushroom? Yep, we found it, alright. Ah, wonderful. But it might be different than the one we heard about from you. You see, this mushroom attracts monsters. Well, it's like this. So even though you knew the risk, you hired us for the job, Orvid? What? How was I supposed to know something like that? And besides, a bracer's job is to deal with danger, right? Well, a little heads up would have been... Well, a little heads up would have been nice, so we could have at least been prepared. Never mind us, the big question here is your motive. What do you intend to use this mushroom for? Yeah, this thing could be a weapon. Fess up, you had some big nefarious plan in mind, right? A nefarious mushroom plan? What? Isn't it obvious what I'm gonna use it for? For cooking, of course. What? Cooking? Are you trying to tell me that people actually eat this thing? This is why it's such a pain to deal with country bumpkins. I mean, people eat regular mushrooms, myself included. In the hands of a skilled chef, the more distinct the ingredient, the more profound the taste. And from that perspective, the firefly fungus is the king of all of them. A king of them all. This is no doubt the ultimate ingredient. So pretty much what you're saying is that it's for people with bizarre eating habits. That's the talk of one unacquainted with a true delicacy. But then again, commoners such as yourselves would never have an opportunity to try such dishes. And praise be to heaven for that. I'd never want to gnaw on that ratty green mushroom like that. Agreed, it looks pretty nasty. That being said, like, a good portion of mushrooms are poisonous. Anyway, I have other business preparations to make. If you don't mind, I'd ask that you hand over the mushroom and leave. Yeah, please take it. On behalf of this mushroom, I shall turn a blind eye to your ignorance. And as promised, I will pay you, so be grateful to your client. Nobody's gonna buy that mushroom, I hope you know. Come on, Joshua, let's go. Please excuse us, we'll be going now. Yes, please do. Goodbye. All done with mushroom hunt.